This episode is sponsored by the Topeka Newsletter, your master list of events in the Topeka area.
On this episode, Juli's Cafe and Bistro, T-Pack, Positive Connections, KBC, Topeka History Geeks, and Gizmo Pictures.
Hey there, welcome back to Talk About Topeka, and today we are going to be talking about a wonderful coffee house and food house.
Well, a bistro.
A bistro, yes, that's going on. It's Juli's, of course, is what we're talking about. We have Juli Cuthbertson here with us, and we also have Mr. Juli.
Right. AKA I'm fine with Mr. Juli.
His name is Mr. Juli.
Mr.
Anyway, we are so excited that you came downtown.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
We're excited to be here.
Yes, because I've been in there several times. I obviously always need the energy.
Yes.
And you had your Gage location, which was a wonderful location. Everything seemed like it was fine, and then all of a sudden it was like, I'm going to move downtown. And I think that's really helped downtown.
I hope so. And it's also helped my business. We did really well at Huntoon and Gage, but we have just went crazy at this new location. And we looked at several spots downtown. We realized that in the scope of Topeka, 30,000 people work downtown within an 8-block radius. If we do breakfast and lunch. If we're going to capture that market, we need to be where they're at. You know, Topeka's 125, 130,000 people. The majority of them are working downtown.
Yeah.
So let's get down there.
That's a good
And
way
we
of putting
looked,
it.
really, we looked at 2 or 3 different locations. And really, rent prices were all the same. Landlords were all really good. But the place that we're in now, the personality of the building, the landlords are wonderful.
It was a matter of just walking in and going, this is it.
This is
the
it.
Who
spot.
is your landlord? Is it?
Oh, just
Is it
Carson?
Okay,
and
yeah,
Greg
that's what I was
Reddy.
thinking.
Yeah.
From Gizmo.
Yeah, they own the building.
Slumlords, yeah.
Slumlords.
They are. I hope he's going to listen to this.
In
I'm
fact,
going to make sure that they'll listen.
They will, of course. And it's such a beautiful building. And I love how you do have the steps going up. It's nice. But of course, you have a wonderful bistro. I had actually eaten at the other one, the other location, which is pretty much the same now. You still have the same foods and the same things, but you also bring kind of something unique to the table. It's not just like here's a tuna fish sandwich wrapped in cellophane. Here you go. It's not like that.
Well, and one of the things that we really strive about is coming up with unique items. We can't get too out of the box because honestly, we're in the Midwest. We've tried a few things that were a little bit different and people went, I'm not eating that. But we do have like our grilled cheese sandwich has Granny Smith apples on it. And at first people are like, I don't know. And I said, remember when your grandma used to make apple pie and put cheddar cheese on it? And they go, yeah. And I go, it's that in a sandwich form. And they go, oh, okay.
My grandma
and they
never
love
did that.
it. Really?
Did she do that?
Not here. I've never had that. I need to try it.
Yeah,
It's
but I
really
have
good.
had
It
the
is really
apples,
good.
yeah.
And it's good. And I go, just try it once.
Yeah, to see that this is going on downtown, this is such a big thing, and of course it's great, and obviously it's going great for you because you are starting to pull in some of that lunch crowd.
We are getting crazy busy. We used to have 3 employees at the old shop. We're now to like 7 or 8, and we bring in some part-time bakers now who come in, so we have more baked goods. And we're doing a lot more box lunch catering. Our catering business has really taken off. Even though we did it at the old shop, I don't know what the difference is. But now we're doing catering deliveries almost every single day. I mean, today we did one for almost 20.
I'm sorry I'm conducting this whole interview, but what are your hours now? Because I know everybody kind of has different hours when it comes to downtown.
We are 7 to 5 Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday 8 to 2. We are not open on Sunday as of yet.
So you are located at
110
8th?
Southeast 8th.
So like 8th in Kansas.
8th between Kansas and Quincy.
The
And
Gizmo
also,
building.
yeah, the Gizmo building. And we do have on our building, on the right-hand side of the stairs, is a door with a little black buzzer that has, it is connected to our phone system. You can push the buzzer. There's a ramp that goes to the buzzer. We come down and we get you. There's an elevator in the building.
This if you choose not to use the stairs to go in.
Yeah.
Oh,
we do have an
right.
elevator for the building. I
Yeah.
guess that's where I'm
Yeah.
going with that.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, that is really cool. We'll have to go get something to eat.
Let's do it.
A nice little cup of coffee too, as well.
'cause I didn't bring you one.
Because you didn't bring it for me.
We'll do it today when we get out of here.
We have Mr. Mike Silva here with us. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for having us today.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I know. We're so excited to have you here with us, and there's so many great things that are going on over at TPAC, and it's worth talking about. It brings a little bit more art into our lives and brings a lot of different variety. I mean, we get like Willie Nelson one weekend, and the next weekend we'll get, who else? Name something.
Well, we're going to have a Broadway series coming.
Yeah, we're going to have some
We'll
great
talk
things
about
coming
that.
up. So let's talk about that. Yeah, let's go ahead and start moving with the Broadway series. Tell us about this that's coming up.
Well, so when I first got here, part of the process was polling the community to see what they want to have at their performing arts center. And one of the things I kept hearing over and over from longtime visitors of TPAC was, what happened to Broadway? So we sat down and we started saying, okay, what can we put together for Topeka? And we came up with a 4-show subscription. And we went back. I don't think TPAC has done a subscription Broadway professional series in about 12 years. So we're calling it the Return of Broadway. We're excited. We've got 4 shows coming for Broadway, and tickets are selling right now.
Okay, now this is totally different. This is not at all like TCT, where they get their, this is an actual tour that comes in with the whole gamut, and they do the whole thing.
This is Broadway. This is Broadway touring shows. These actors have played on Broadway themselves, and they are going out and they specialize in Music Man, doing 100 cities across the country.
That's their job.
That's their job.
Yeah. And it's always
really
cool when you
cool.
have a big show and you see all the semi trucks parked outside. It's like, oh, we got a big show coming.
A rock star! I know, it's kind of exciting. Okay, so you can buy these in a group?
Yes.
And you can buy them separate?
Yes, we will sell them to any way we can. Subscriptions are popular because you get a percentage off the ticket price if you buy 3 or more shows, or certainly you can buy individual tickets to any show you like. And the individual tickets just went on sale yesterday, so there's still plenty of good seats available.
But you are more of a piece of the community than just the shows that you see. So you've got that mission of being able to bring the shows to town, keep the tickets affordable, no matter what you think of affordable ticket prices. They are affordable tickets at Topeka Performing Arts Center, and you're doing that, but also at the same time you're a service to many other events as well, and you do serve another function of being a venue where your kids can have their dance recitals, and you've got all types of events that happen that you don't necessarily know about unless you're there. Tell us a little bit about that.
I'm glad you brought that up. So we talk a lot about being there for the community, and people don't realize we average between 120 and 150 performances per year. Wow. There are 7 or 8 dance schools that have all of their recitals. One of our primary partners is Ballet Midwest. We do 2 major, and we're talking about expanding into another more performances with them. We're hugely supportive of the dance studios. We've got this awesome banquet space in the basement, so we do any number of breakfasts and luncheons and weddings and quinceaneras, and it's one of the biggest banquet spaces in the downtown area. And we have any number of caterers that come in there. And plus, we do a lot of corporate meetings. I can't begin to tell you how many different community events we do, and our goal is to keep our prices down so that community groups can afford to use the space, and we do that through sponsorship, we do that through support, we do that through fundraising. I just want to say one other thing about that. It is our mission also to provide educational programming for the Topeka community. We do 9 separate events per year just for school-age children, and they are either free or low cost to those school-age children. We do 4 shows a year called our School Time Theater program. My favorite coming up this year is The Monster Who Ate My Peas. It's just fun stuff.
I want that monster.
TPAC provides the buses to and from the schools in the county. We bring all these school-age children in to see this nationally touring performance, and then they go back and do some kind of lesson plan around it. We do that 4 times a year. We did a theater camp in July where we had almost 40 participants just learning about theater and how to do it and how to do makeup and costumes and so on and so forth. We do the Sheffel Theater Clinic in January, and that's any number of classes along those same lines. So we do a lot of educational programming. It's part of our mission, and it's been a huge, enormous hit with the schools in our county.
Yes. Well, good deal. Well, thank you so much, Mike Silva.
Mike,
Excuse me. Only
that's
your
right.
mother says Michael. Executive Director from the Topeka Performing Arts Center. We appreciate you coming in to visit with us. Okay, we have Andy Garst here with us, and we also have Jerry Williams from KVC.
Yes.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Tell us exactly what KVC is.
It's a child placing agency here in Topeka. We help children that are in foster care and also children that are going to be adopted and find forever families. So we do in-home therapy services, case management services, and family therapy as well.
What's the need for foster care right now?
It's immense.
We have children
Immense, that's
coming
big.
into,
Yeah.
we have
Yeah,
children
people don't
coming
usually
into
say immense.
custody like every day, and so the need to continue to find people that are interested in becoming foster parents, it's only going to continue to grow as we continue to get more kids in custody.
So there's a big need for foster families. What is the process for folks who may be interested if they'd like to become a foster family?
People who are interested in finding out more about KVC, our website is kansas.kvc.org. But to become a foster parent, there is a 10-week course that you go through. We actually meet 11 weeks because the first night is just an informational night to find out, is this something for you and your family?
So it's really just a one night a week.
One night
for
a week.
11 weeks
For
course.
11 weeks.
Okay. Well, gosh, I think it's really great what you guys do. I think
Thank
it's
you.
really important. And of course, I learned what KVC was. I didn't
That's
know.
right.
I had no idea. Well, thank you so much, Andy Garst and Jerry Williams from KVC.
Talking about positive connections, and we've got Executive Director Debbie Gilbo here with us. How you doing, Debbie?
Good. How are you?
We've been able to talk on the show before. I don't think you were here the last time we had an interview, but I was shocked that HIV is one of those diseases that it's been around for a while, but it's still a problem, and we're actually seeing the numbers rising again. And so what kind of message do we need to send folks to stop the spread of HIV? Are they complacent? I mean,
I think there's some complacency there. I think there's a lot of treatment available now. None of it cures anything, but people can live with HIV for a very long time, even before it develops into AIDS or any, very healthy lives with HIV. And so I think people have become a little bit complacent. I think we have neglected to possibly educate our young people as well as they should be. And so a lot of them don't understand or don't know exactly what having HIV means to them. How that affects the rest of their life, and it's not something like getting the flu that you get over and you move on.
It's not taking some Tylenol, it's taking a very expensive cocktail.
Very expensive medications.
For the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life, exactly. And, the reality is as long as you're taking your medications, you're going to be healthy. Your viral load's going to stay down and you're going to be able to live a fairly healthy life. Of course, you have side effects from medications anytime you take them. But the other piece of that is if you decide, I'm tired of taking these, I'm tired of what they're doing to me, I don't want to do it anymore, then your health is going to suffer. And there's, there is no cure. So it's something that definitely we want people to be aware of and people to be educated about, because it's not a piece of cake.
What's the best way someone who's listening might be able to make a contribution to Positive Connections to help you with your mission?
They can go on our website, which is www.pcneks, Northeast Kansas, .org. Or our Facebook page is also available, and it'll take you right there. There's a big button that says Donate Now.
All right.
Oh, good. You got those
Find
going.
that big Donate Now button and help these guys out. That was Debbie Gilbo. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll always
glad to have Positive Connections on the show.
We're always glad to be here.
All
Thank
right.
you.
We have Marty Rice in here with us from Oddfellows Fine Books and Collectibles. That's actually the store that you own with your husband.
Yes.
But you wear a lot of hats.
I do.
You do a lot of different things in your life. You also work for an account. I can't ever say it right.
Burbridge Trahan and Company.
See what she said. Whatever that
To
was.
make it easier, we go by BT and Co.
Yes, you
Yes.
do.
Stick with that.
And in fact, I drive by there all the time. It's on 37th and Burlingame,
yes.
about kind of in that area. And you do a lot of social media for them. So you kind of have a lot of, that's why you're on the computer a lot.
Yes, I have the best job in the world. I get to play online all day. So.
Yeah.
You think about the Topeka History Geeks, the folks that like history,
Yeah.
and you think about the buildings that are downtown, and maybe I misspoke earlier when I said we're building a foundation for Britain. We're just mainly we're maintaining the foundation that was
Absolutely.
originally built with the city. Is more of a appropriate way of putting it. But you look at these buildings and you look at the people who built them, you look at what they put into them, and you look at the care that they put in, and they built it for generations.
Yes.
They built it for to last, to hand down to people.
My favorite thing is I had no idea. You hear that so much because people will just drive down the road and not. We all do it. We don't stop and we don't stop and look.
You don't really notice the architecture of the big box stores.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, no one goes there to take a look at that.
Well, center blocks are really cool.
Yes. They sure are.
Yeah.
Also at Oddfellows, this is, we should really talk about Oddfellows, Fine Books and Collectibles, because there you have a lot of those obviously collectible books, those
Yes.
older books. You also have like first editions for a lot of things, but you have a lot of Kansas books and Kansas maps.
Well, that's how we kind of got into Oddfellows. Is Lloyd Zimmer used to own it. He owned it, I believe, 15 years downtown. Really cool guy, and he let us know he was going to close the shop, and we could not see it close. So we pulled together our resources and we bought it. And what Lloyd specialized in is old maps, especially like old Kansas maps, and then Kansas history, and then rare and collectible books. And we've expanded on that a little bit. We've kept that same inventory, but we've also brought in a lot of new Kansas authors. Like we have Gary Crohe's Portraits of Troy, several.
Such a good guy.
Yeah, he's cool too. Deb Beisel's books. I mean, just so many local authors that we have. And
I know you have a lot to pick from.
Yes.
In the area. That's probably hard.
Yes, and we do coins, but yes, a big focus is the Kansas history, and that's our passion, and that's what we want to preserve. That's why we named the store Oddfellows, is because it's in the Oddfellows Hall. That was the original Oddfellows Hall for Topeka. So.
See, I love that. That kind of gives
Have
a
you been
little bit.
upstairs to see?
No, I haven't.
Oh, that's
You've
beautiful.
never invited me.
Beautiful.
I have to admit, it was my first time going up last Saturday with the History Geeks. I've
Oh,
never been up either.
really?
Yeah, Brandon has been, but I
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. There's a whole auditorium up there. It's great.
a spring-loaded dance floor, so you don't get tired while you're dancing.
Really?
Isn't that convenient?
That is quite convenient. We're going to have to go try that out, folks. We'll take a camera. It'll be fun. Well,
Cool.
good deal. Well, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Absolutely.
we love everything about the Topeka History Geeks. You can find out more information on Facebook if you just search History Geeks?
Type in Topeka History Geeks. You can even Google it and we pop up. So.
Yeah. Oh, see
We're cool.
how sweet
To
is
join
that?
that.
Yep.
And then also Oddfellows is on
Yes.
which street?
We are on 6th Avenue. It's 117 Southwest, not Southeast. If you go Southeast, you're going to be at Supersonic Music, which is still a cool place
It's a
to
great
go.
store as well.
But, see them, then come see us. and
Yeah.
vice versa. So.
Yeah, it is really cool. Well, thank you.
Jeff Carson, awesome dude in downtown Topeka.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
I don't know
Well-
if you would say awesome dude. I would say like icon. Wouldn't you? I don't know. He leaves. Seriously though. I mean, when people think about Topeka, you're probably one of the people.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
I
that's
could
kind
say
of
that.
you to say that. Thank you. I don't know what I've done to earn that, but it has been a lot of nose on the grindstone for several years.
Well, you
And
worked hard
so-
here and you've taken
Yeah.
on projects here that most people probably would have run away from. And what I'm talking about particularly is the Thatcher Building.
Yes.
That in downtown, I got to ask you weren't originally in downtown.
Right.
You came here, you bought this building that needed like an immense amount of TLC. It's a historic structure.
Yeah.
And you put that work into the building. What made you pick that? Why?
We walked in and we squinted our eyes and we saw a lot of potential and beauty in that building. And it has such great historical importance to the community. It's 126 years old. It was designed by John Haskell, who designed the Capitol and the Lawrence or the Douglas County Courthouse and Cottonwood Falls Courthouse and a million other buildings. He was huge.
He knows a lot about history.
Yeah, well,
Especially of his building.
He's throwing these names around like no big deal.
Yeah.
And we are just thrilled to have gotten a chance to be, at least temporarily, tenants of this building and caretakers, because if you think about the fourth dimension of time, you realize that a lot of people come and go in 126 years. We're just here for a little short period of time, 10, 15 years, whatever. And somebody else will have to take it over. So we replaced windows, and we did put a lot of effort into it. We got some tax incentives from the state historical tax credits and the federal historical tax credits.
Which make that possible.
It would not happen without that. So we end up with a great facility for Gizmo Pictures. We have a recording space up in the top floor that's beautiful that we put in, and we do, a lot of video production, for from TV commercials for banks and hospitals and the state of Kansas, and to corporate videos for Hills and Payless, TrueSource, and some of the other companies. And we've had a lot of these clients for 15 years.
Something cool too about Gizmo Pictures is you probably, I know that you've had a lot of different clients and a lot of different people that you work with, but you get really close to them because of the things they kind of have to tell you to get the right video.
Certainly.
So it's kind of like you get right into the heart of their business.
Yeah, and we do a lot of video projects for a lot of social agencies that are dealing with really complex issues. And Vallejo, we just finished some films for, working for Kansas Children's Service League. We do Family Service and Guidance Center and all these
Those
social
are like
agencies.
pull at the heartstring kind
and
of
we're
agencies.
trying to help and contribute our talent and give them something that they can tell their story with. And that's been a real fun, nourishing thing for us to do that.
And something too with your organization, or with your company actually, is that you do a lot with pictures. So it's like it's pictures are the main focus. Being able to get that feeling, and invoke that feeling with people. I mean, that's a serious gig.
It is, and it's fun, and it's. I think people underestimate the kind of experience that it takes to go in and make something really meaningful and emotionally riveting. And we're pretty good at it. So we want to keep going.
Pretty good at it.
There's a certain level there that those of us who make TV shows and like this side that look at your stuff and it's so artistic and beautiful.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
Everything that I've ever seen from you guys is top notch.
Oh, you haven't seen it all then.
Well, then you haven't shown me. Maybe you should get together. You show me.
Maybe you need to whip it out so we can see it.
Sometimes we don't always hit swing for the fences because we don't have the budgets or whatever.
I want to see some of your very first work.
Oh God, that'd be fun.
No, you should have a party.
That'd be a throwback.
Well, he does have this computer monitor that is as big as, it's this size, isn't it?
Just about.
Yeah. You just seriously just watch in his office. It's that cool. Anyway, it's a fantastic building, and it's been such a great conversation as well. Gizmo Pictures. You can find out more information. I'm sure if you Google Gizmo, you can probably catch a glimpse of your commercials and everything. Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, cool deal. Thank
Jeff
you
Carson,
so much.
thank you so much.
All right, Chris, thanks.
Visit talkabouttopeka.com to hear full interviews of all our guests. Connect with us anytime on Facebook and Twitter. Listen live and hear more from Chris and Jamie from 7 to 8 a.m. every weekday on The Big Talker, KMAJ 1440. And keep talking about Topeka.